We're going to see a combat trailer for the Callisto protocol. I'm excited. Big Dead Space fan. I predict that it will be visceral and heavy feel. It needs a heavy feeling, right? I like that kind of slow, boom, boom, like heavy hitting feeling. And you got to make your shots count and that sort of thing for these kinds of games. Blood and gore, intense violence, strong langwag. SDS, Striking Distance Studios. This is Glenn's new studio. Capture next-gen hardware. I don't think we saw those lines above the green health bar last time. Must be like a secondary resource. Oh yeah, probably. Health injector. Okay, seeing some items now finally. He's gonna throw them inside that blender. Throw him in too. There's gotta be a resource, right? You can't just do it for every enemy. Oh, you can crouch and sneak around. I like it. Wait, what the? Hold on. Get ahead of myself here. Stab. Boom. Back kill. Pop. Eee. Why does the light not alert the enemies? Just saying. I like sneaking around. Where is this wood coming from? Are there trees growing on Callisto? They can't grow on Callisto unless they're special kind of wood, right? And if they came from Earth, they cut them into boards first to ship it easier. Save space. Nope. Gonna kill. Uh-oh. Belly opened up. Was that one shot? Oh, snap. Oh, he blocked the range attack with an enemy. That's cool. Get the head off. Boom. That's the baton right there. Oh, he poised it. The enemy had poise. He just poised through the attack of Jacob. Oh man, this thing's not going down. Swing and a miss. What was that? The enemy like tore its flesh off and regrew really quickly? Is that enemy on a timer? If you don't kill it in time, it like regrows its stuff back. Let's watch that again real quick. Whoop. It looks a little goofy and stiff, but that's an interesting mechanic. Did his head change? There's got to be a limit. Okay, that looked like an advanced enemy, where you got after a couple seconds of not killing it, it like comes back, but then he just takes it and throws it into the blender. There's got to be a limit to how many times you can throw an enemy into a blender. Like it has to be like a pretty hard limit because you could just if it recharges, you just wait and then throw them into the blender and wait a little bit longer, throw them in the blender. I'm sure there's a limit to it. I bet it's the lines above the health maybe. It's red in the blood.
Pressure check complete. Releasing gate valve. Releasing gate valve.
Uh-oh. The poop water got him. Not the poop water. Whee. Took a slide. Oof. Ooh, that would hurt. Ooh, that would hurt your butt. Oh, don't get hit by that. Whoa. This would be kind of low-key fun at the same time. The word is exciting we're looking for. Oh, it's like the bio stuff. He's like, they're in the sewers. Oof, that would hurt. Oh my gosh, that's gonna hurt. Not the fan blade. Oh. He's done. Gotta show the death at the end. We're gonna watch this enemy again that regrows. Before I do that, no, let's just do this first. Okay, let's look at his head before he cuts it off. Blocks range attack, tosses him into the grinder. I think that this enemy mutates into a new form. His head right now, yeah, because he's ranged at first, right? Okay, hold on, just relax, just relax. This is a 1080 resolution, by the way. It's not, the resolution is not very great. The head is that like double head, like two like partial heads like stuck together. That's the, you can see the split right here. You can see the split. Then he loses the head. All right. It blocks him. The enemy blocks him. I wonder if you can go for like high attacks or low attacks. Look here, the head's gone, but like there's like this bottom jaw here and like another bottom jaw underneath here. Isn't that gnarly? Let's watch that again. Watch the block. I messed it up. Hold on. Wasn't far enough yet. Does that. Okay, skip. There goes the head. Pop. There goes the head. Enemy comes in. Hits him pretty good. I can't tell what happened there. Oh, I think the enemy blocks it and then pushes him back. Okay. So maybe you can aim low or aim high. And there the enemy poises it. The character connects with the enemy. And the enemy's like, nah. Yeah, he poises through it. And there the enemy blocks again and deflects the momentum back out. Low attack, high attack. Does it grow these tentacles at that point? Yeah, the tentacles aren't there right now. He hits him again on the top. And tentacles come out. I wonder if doing damage has a chance to spawn tentacles and like change the behavior of the enemies or something. I don't know. Nice dodge. That's a different enemy, right? That's a different enemy type. It changes the look of the enemy. That I did not expect. That's interesting. Okay. So the enemy's types can change. Maybe it's like a brute melee type. It was a range type. Maybe it's a phase shift. Like it's like a non-boss enemy with a phase shift. So we can determine what triggers it. He hits him. I don't know. He doesn't even hit the character doesn't even hit the monster. The monster just decides to transform after a missed attack. So maybe it's not a phase shift. Must be a timing thing? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Into the grinder. Maybe you can only throw small enemies into the grinder, and that's still considered a small enemy. Maybe that's not an advanced enemy. Anyway, a lot of questions, a lot of interesting things though. And this is starting to spray blood. Maybe if you throw too many enemies into these machines, it sprays blood and creates an atmospheric effect that is like hazardous. So you can kill enemies easily with the machinery, but then it screws up the environment. So if you decide to keep taking the easy way through enemies, you're penalizing yourself later with this environmental effect. That's also a cool idea, right? Because what you really want is like these kinds of decisions in combat. And you kind of want a slow paced combat for this kind of game. Lets the scary stuff kind of seep in your mind, and it gives you like time to think about what you want to do. And the atmosphere, you can get it's better for the atmosphere. And then if you have meaningful decisions that you pick one or the other, and it changes the evolution of how you're navigating or fighting it's all good stuff. I think it's interesting. We haven't seen many range weapons yet. We've seen that same pistol thing. I'm curious on like the recharge mechanics. I noticed that on the like trailer that we saw a little while ago, like several months ago, on the health it was always staying at max, and this time it actually goes down. So they didn't have invulnerability on this time. You can see the health bar there. You can see yellow. There's yellow. See, it's actually going down now. I'm curious what the white bars are. Probably the what do they call it? The grip. Whoosh, grab enemies and throw them out. Probably charges for that. Picking up heavy objects like an enemy as opposed to like a prop, like a small prop, costs that. I'm guessing, but they have like an infinite charge on it for demo purposes, maybe, or it's some special ability. Who knows? I could be wrong. And you have infinite grip, except for you can't do it on heavier enemies. I really want to see trap weapons. My favorite weapon in Dead Space was in Dead Space 2. It was also in 3, but it was kind of weird and gutted. But it was the it would create the trip wires. It would create like the little like device that would open up and then put lasers across. And when an enemy would walk through the lasers, it'd detonate and just like shred their limbs, do big damage to the enemy. I really enjoyed that weapon. It would also knock them on the ground if they didn't kill them. I want the combat to be tactical and such a pace that weapon would be effective if you can use it well. That's the kind of combat I like in these kinds of games. Yeah, it looks good, so I'm excited.